Edmonton and Calgary has always had a friendly rivalry, whether it's the Eskimos versus the Stampeders or the Flames versus the Oilers. Today we're going to introduce a Realty rivalry. Check this out. How's today's market in comparison to what happened last month?
Calgary, we're definitely starting to see things open up. So we saw a total number of sales of 1,080, whereas in April, we only had a total sale number of 600.
That's pretty exciting that things are finally changing. I know here in Edmonton, we actually had 1,157 sales, which was pretty exciting because it was actually up 54% from last month. But even more exciting, we have 2,964 new listings coming to the market. So I'm pretty excited about the change.
That sounds very exciting. If the sales are doing so fantastic, what's happening with the average price of homes?
Edmonton here, our average single family home is sitting at $412,000.
Well, Sheryl, we're a little bit higher than you here in Calgary. We're sitting at $474,000 for single family homes.
Well, I know with our condos, we're at $204,000. What's happening there?
Again, a little bit higher. Our average sale prices are about $242,000.
Okay, the duplexes, I'm sure we're going to beat you. We're at $325,000 for duplexes.
Nope, not again. In Calgary, we're about $387,000.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just say though that I think this next month we're going to take you. That's all I got to say.
We'll have to wait and see, Sheryl.
Well, guys, that sounds pretty exciting. What about these homes are sounding that the average prices are awesome, but what about how long are they taking to sell? What's happening there?
So shockingly, if the priced right, it's not taking that long for these properties to move. So for detached, it's taken about 54 days on market to sell. For the duplexes, about 71, and apartments 67. So that's really not as long as we were expecting.
And I hate to say it, but you're actually kind of beating us on all those too, because right now in Edmonton, our single families are at 60 days. But I do find that if things are priced really well and show really well, we're seeing multiple offers in the first week. But again, those numbers here are balancing, right? Our condos are at 77 days on the market and duplexes are at 63. So it really, again, depends on what style home they're looking at, right?
Absolutely. And it's the same thing here in Calgary, Sheryl. If they're priced right, they're moving.
Now, what guidance would you give to a home buyer or a home seller out there looking to buy a property in the next few months?
Well, I think we've already touched on it, but the advice we're giving to sellers, for example, is price your home to sell. And we go through a 5-step checklist with them on how they can maximize their exposure and give buyers the confidence they need when touring their properties.
See, and again, now I have to upstage you, for lack of better words here, Tamara. I know I've actually got a 6-point checklist for the buyers. I want to make sure the buyers feel really safe out there right now looking. So keeping them safe, keeping the sellers safe. But with that 6-point checklist, we're actually also going into make sure we can maximize and get them the best house for the best price. And with that checklist, it really goes into they know for sure that they're getting a great value, because again, we're looking at all these different scenarios. So they're not just kind of, taking a price top of mind. They actually have facts to back up their price points.
That's great advice, Sheryl.
That all sounds awesome. Now, are there anything you guys want to add for our viewers out there taking a look at this month's market update?
I'm going to jump in there and I'm going to say, number one, you guys, if you're serious about buying or selling in this marketplace, give Tamara or myself a call. The thing is, we really need to sit down with you, figure out exactly what you're looking for. I'm finding right now, the more we can have the information up front and really sort of narrow down their search, people aren't having to go into as many homes. We're able to do virtual tours. And the important thing though is having that agent listen to you so we can narrow things down so you can feel very confident about what you're buying and how long it should take. So this, I just find now we're not necessarily needing to see 30 homes because we're doing a lot more research up front.
Yeah, and same thing here in Calgary with sellers. We're meeting with them, sometimes weeks in advance prior to listing the property. having phone consultations, meetings, meeting with them in their properties safely and going through things that we can do to make the home show its best, or any repairs that need to be done, staging, any adding exterior curb appeal. So we're working with our clients really closely and walking them through that whole process.
This sounds very awesome. And we appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy schedules. And nice shirts, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Pleasure, LeRoy.
All right. Thank you again.
Okay,
Welcome.
thank you.